Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. So this is the end of section 1 into section 2. And again, we're going to work on cross hands and then touch on embrace tiger, return to the mountain, which is going to feel new yet familiar because it's similar to brush knee and push. So let's warm up our bodies. We never know where we were before we started this session. So feet, shoulders width apart. Check in with that weight on your feet, forward and back, side to side. Find center so that we really build that strong connection to the ground. Tuck your tailbone by engaging your abs just a little bit. Relax the shoulders. And we'll just start with a little chin to chest and then ear to shoulder. And draw a circle with the nose, ear to the other shoulder. Just warming up a little bit, getting the body moving before we get a nice big practice in. All right, let's go the other direction after we bring the chin to the chest. Remember, we're already starting that smooth, even, and continuous breath. One more circle all the way around. End with the chin to the chest. Let those shoulders hang down a little bit more, and then back to neutral. All right, nice rotations here. So warm up through those shoulder joints and maybe even pulling the elbows. Maybe you draw them together. Maybe the big arm circles feel good. Remember, the whole point is that you're warming up your joints. So whatever that means. The shoulders and elbows play a big part of our Tai Chi practice. So we're going to take a second, warm them up, go the other direction. So again, whatever feels good. When we're going forward, think about peeling those shoulder blades apart. So finding space in that upper back, alternating between whatever feels good. And let's go the other direction. We always need a few more of these and then shake them out. All right, learning that swing from our middle body, just let the arms go, tap wherever they are, and just turn from the waist. So when we say waist, we mean the spine. Nice lift through the crown of the head, and the head follows the torso direction. So we're not pushing too far. Couple more rounds, back and forth. Play around with the speed of the waist. And then we'll slowly ease off. Come back to center. And then we have hips and then knees and ankles left. All right. Maybe feet go a little bit wider. Up to you. Big circle. Find a nice stretch. All right. Let's go the other direction. Remember, just taking it easy. Listen to your body. Whatever feels good to move and warm up. All right, back to center. And we'll do the knees and ankles together in just a small circle. Just some quick warm-ups to get us moving before we get into a practice. We'll go from that first prepare all the way through cross hands, just getting that flow in for our practice. All right, other direction. And then come up, release, shake them out. Big stretch through the body, reach, reach, reach. Find that length through your spine. I want you to bring this into your practice today and then just let the arms float down. Release. Okay? The goal for today, lightness through the upper body. So just let yourself relax. Your body's going to do whatever it's going to do. Take nice deep breaths. Now let's practice from prepare all the way through cross hands. See what we can do in our space and adjust accordingly. All right? So I'm going to turn and face the other direction so that we can all move together. Starting in a great prepare position. All right. Shoulders width apart. Remember that little piece of fruit under the arms. Tailbone slightly relaxed down. Let those arms just gently float up, shoulder height and shoulder width apart. And then upper arms, forearms, and palms push down for opening. Grasping the bird's tail, ward off left. Shift left and then turn on the right heel. Reach out with that right arm. Bend the left arm underneath as you step. Up and down go together, torsos vertical. Shift right. Turn everything on that left heel. Now rotate, bend that right elbow, and then ward off right. roll back. Keep the connection between the arms and bring them to the corner. Then shift back and turn from your waist for roll back. Press, touch, and expand out. Push. Come back over the ball and push. Single whip, flatten, turn, big circle. Press down, make a hook, step wide enough, and then push. Shift, turn on your left heel for raise hands. Open up the hook, arms open, and then close as you touch with the right heel. Both arms go down. Shift your weight, bring the left arm on top, close step, and then right arm comes overhead as you touch with the ball of the left foot. Look at your right palm, left arm comes up. 2 half circles, close and open and push. Hand strums the lute. Reach out. Step in. Pull back, up and down with the arms, touch with the left heel. Right arm swings down, left palm presses, brush knee, and push. Left arm comes up, turn, swing, and press down, go together. And then right brush knee and push. Okay, right arm comes up, turn, swing the right arm down and press. Big clearing and push. Hand strums the lute, reaching out, step in. Pull back, up and down, go together. Swing the right arm, press down with the left and step. Last, brush knee and push. Parry, block, and punch. Left arm comes up and we turn. Deflect down, step. Parry, hold back your opponent, and punch. Apparent closing up. Separate the arms, palms to the sky, breaking that grab. Sit up both palms so that we can do the push. Okay, last movement is cross hands. So you're going to shift back, turn your palm facing forward, chop out to the corners. You pour the weight into your right leg. We're going to drop both arms. And then you're going to cross at the bottom, lifting up. Right arm ends up on the outside. Remember, elbows are slightly up, just so you can see. Not too down. Beautiful. Feeling good? That was a big section, right? Okay. So let's review cross hands before we go any further. So let's just check in with footwork. First and foremost, nice bow stance. The footwork is simply turning our waist and then shifting all the weight to the right leg as we turn our left foot to the 12 o'clock straight direction. Make sure all the weight is in the right leg so then you can shift to the left, pick up, and step into shoulder width apart. Not bad, right? So one more time. Bow stance. Okay. Turn, shift. Left foot goes to straight. Shift left so you can step in. Easy peasy, right? That's a great one. All right, so the arms. We're in our push position, okay? The first thing you're going to do is as you turn your waist, the left palm stays in three-dimensional space and that right palm is going to face forward, okay? Then we're going to chop out to the corner direction. So corner direction, remember you're in your own little square box. Then from here, we're going to drop both arms down and we're going to cross at the bottom. Remember the cross, crossing low and then lift up. Okay? So we're thinking about lifting up so that that punch goes over your head, okay? Remember, not the wrists, okay? Not too flat, not too high. Try to find an in-between so you have, see the space between the thumbs there? That you have this gap in this area. Right here is what you're going for, okay? All right, nice. There we go. Okay, so from push. So just the arms real quick again. First, what do? Our torso is square. We're going to turn from our waist and our right palm's going to face forward. Then we're thinking about chopping out and we're following that with our looking direction. Then both arms are going to drop down. Then we're going to lift up and do cross hands. Beautiful. Okay. Yes, that's it. Let's do it with the footwork, okay? So, from here, first things first. Little bit of weight shifts, waist turns, palm faces forward. Now we're going to chop out as all that weight pours into the right leg. So check your position here. We're actually leaning into it a little bit. The left foot is to straight and the weight's in the right leg. Then as we shift left, drop the arms, fingertips point down, step in when the arms are crossed at the bottom, level out as you lift the arms up, cross hands. Okay, we've checked the arms, release the arms, check in with your footwork. Is your weight even in between your feet? And are your knees nice and in line? Yes. That is super important, right? Because we're trying to heal our bodies. And one of the best ways to do that is in our natural stance. So I want you to check in throughout the day with how you're standing. One of the best places, in the bathroom brushing your teeth. Something you do twice a day that you can check, am I sitting like this or am I leaning into the bathroom counter? Things like that, right? In the kitchen was my culprit. So I just want you guys to feel your best. So check in with how you're standing, all right? Let's do it again. From push. All right, nice lean. First thing, little bit of weight shift. Palm turns, waist turns. Chop out with the weight in the right leg. Then shift and the arms go, fingers point down, step in, and then lift up, cross hands. Okay, how are we doing? Any questions? Feeling better? Yes, you got it. Remember, the arms are that little strange way where we cross with the left one on the outside, and then when we lift up, the right arm is on the outside, okay? Something to do there. Yes. Yep, and remember, not too high, so if you see it from the side, yeah, perfect. I know it's really hard when we're learning over video, right? So sometimes having different directions helps. I'm gonna do one thing for you. I'm gonna switch directions by 45 degrees or 90 degrees, sorry. So I'm gonna do push towards this door so that I end up with crossed hands this way, okay? Just so you get a little bit of a different perspective. Because remember, if we were in a room together, you would have people on all sides. So if we start with our push, first things first, we shift a little bit and we turn. Then we're gonna chop out to the corner. All that weight's in the right leg. And then we shift back to the left leg, step in, and then lift up. Did that help? Yes, yeah, lifting up. The big thing is don't let the elbows come up to the shoulders ever, okay? We always wanna think elbows and shoulders sinking down. It should almost always feel like you have a weight pulling you on this point of your elbow. So then it's like a natural thing to sink down, okay? So when we lift up, sometimes the tendency is to lift too high, and I'd rather see nice and relaxed, okay? All right, let's do it again, normal direction, and then we're gonna kind of get into embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. So from our push, we're gonna turn, chop, fingertips point down, step in, and then lift up. Doing good? Hopefully. All right. Any questions? Now's your time. Okay. All right. That one's kind of a little bit easier than most of the movements that we see, but that's again because now they're gonna throw in something new, right? So watch one time. I'm gonna show you the footwork a few times. Remember that this is gonna be similar to brush knee, but with a different meaning. So this is embrace tiger, return to the mountain. So we start in cross hands. We're gonna shift to the right and we're gonna turn on our left heel. We're gonna separate the arms. Left arm's gonna go down, right arm's gonna make a little circle and then press down as we step. And then we do a clearing and push. Okay, so again, I'm gonna show you from another direction so that you can see. So I'm gonna start here so that you can see the whole movement. So from cross hands, we shift, turn, separate, 2 half circles and step, and then just like brush knee and push. Okay, so don't worry, it's gonna feel slightly familiar, but it's just a new footwork, okay? So the meaning is gonna help you understand why we do the footwork, so that'll make it easier. The meaning is actually if someone had grabbed you from the shoulders. So I'm gonna grab a pillow to show you, okay? So imagine if someone was behind me right where this pillow is, okay? So if someone came behind me and grabbed, I could turn and then step around them and then take this arm and clear them over my leg, okay? So that meaning is why we're gonna be here and we're turning and gonna step around, okay? So keep that in mind as we move forward, all right? So footwork first and foremost, always shoulders width apart, sink down. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna shift to the right and we're gonna turn on that left heel. Now it's not gonna turn all the way to straight, it's gonna be less than straight. There's no way to turn that foot all the way, just close enough. Then you're gonna shift to that left leg, draw your foot in, should become standard, and we're gonna step out again, less than corner, and just move forward. Now when we end, this should be a standard bow stance. So know that this should just feel normal, but we're a little bit off direction. So how do you check your bow stance? Turn on your left heel so your feet match the same direction. And do you still have 2 lines between your feet? Then you're killing it, okay? That's what we're looking for, all right? So let's do it again. We're in our shoulders width apart stance. We're gonna shift, turn, and then shift to your left foot, pick up the right, and then step out, move forward, bow stance. Nice. Okay, so remember, drawing the footwork in should feel normal now, right? It's kind of like our reset. We draw that foot in, and then we step to our new location, right? So that's gonna feel more simple. Yes?
Are you in a true bow stance or are your feet kind of splayed out?
So we are in a true bow stance, meaning there's 45 degrees between our footwork. So that means in a normal bow stance, if I'm going straight forward, my front foot is straight and my back foot is 45. If I'm going to the corner direction, my back foot is straight and my front foot is 45. So there's that 45-degree relationship. With this footwork, we're just slightly in between straight and corner. So the relationship is still a standard bow stance of 45 degrees, but we're not to the corner, okay? We're not to straight, we're in between, okay? Good question. That is one of the harder parts of this movement, is finding what a standard bow stance is, but to the in-between direction, okay? So just think, if you know what the corner is, 45 degrees for you, and a little bit off of that. It will naturally happen if you don't force your left foot to try and turn in too much, okay? So let's do it again, finding that standard footwork. how do we make sure that our left foot doesn't turn too much, that we don't force it? Once we shift to the right and we turn, if we're sinking into our legs, our knees are going to stop us, essentially. You can't turn in too much. Just fold in enough, then relax into that left leg, draw the right foot in, and then step out wide enough and think about, look down at your foot, what's less than corner by a little bit, and then move forward. Yes. Now turn on that left heel. Do you still have the 2 lines? That will typically help check with your bow stance. Yes. All right. Great. Let's do it one more time to really burn it in, because the arms will then again kind of change everything. All right. So sinking down, shift right and turn. Relax that right foot so you can pick up and step out and then move forward. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, you ready for the arms? So remember, the arms are like brush knee, okay? It's a different meaning of clearing someone over, okay? But a different transition to get there, okay? So the first thing we want to do is we have our arms and we're going to separate them, right? Because they're connected right now. So we're going to separate them. Then you're going to drop your right elbow and the left arm's going to pull, okay? So we're just going to do the left arm first. The left arm is just a normal brush knee where you're just going to swing it down and sit up that palm. That should feel normal, right? It's just swing it down, sit up that palm, and then bring the hand to the shoulder so you can push straight out. Okay, so again, the first thing is here, we're going to separate. Then just doing that left arm, we're thinking about pulling that elbow down direction. We're going to swing the arm using what? Shoulder and elbow rotation. Draw the hand to the shoulder, and then it's going to go straight out. Nice. Okay, so from here, we separate. Okay, drop the left arm. From here, that right arm is going to make a little circle. Yes, and then it's going to press down, okay? I'm going to turn one time so you can see it differently, okay? Once we separate, okay, it's going to do a little bit out and then a little press down. So remember with brush, knee, and push, we have this pressing down, right? The pressing down movement. It's the same thing, but we have to get to that point, okay? So from here, we're going to circle and then press down. Yes, that was it. Okay, so one more time. From here, circle and press down, okay? So remember, everything's about circling, okay? So whenever we're issuing power, it's going to be a straight line, right? So it's going to be a straight line here. But everything else, we want to find little circles, okay? So let's try and put it together. So from our cross hands, we're going to separate. You're going to lift that right arm up a little bit, drop the elbow, okay? As you circle it, that left arm's going down, and then it's normal brush knee from that point, okay? And then just like brush knee, big opening, hand to the shoulder, and then push out. Yes. Okay, we're going to do it a few times. Remember, brush knee is one of the harder movements in general because of the double arm circles going opposite direction. Okay, but now we have a new transition. So from here, okay, separate. Think come up or drop that elbow a little bit. Little circle, left arm starts going down. And now at this point, normal brush knee. Swing the left arm down and press down with the right. And you should be able to check. Fingertips point to the forearm center, right? And now, big clearing, hand to the shoulder, and push. Nice. Remember when we do our pushes, we don't want to be too flat with our palms. Really try to relax and think we're using this portion here, okay? And with the fingers too, little gaps. See if you can relax them. We all have weird things that our fingers do, Mine are particularly strange. You'll notice with this hand from playing instruments, but we want to have little gaps, okay? So if you can extend through those fingers a little tiny bit instead of having them here, this is going to help with energy flow through the palms, okay? So just a little bit, not too much, but just enough. It's a little thing in your practice, but it's where the energy is going out. So we're drawing through the whole body from the legs, through the waist and spine, out to the hands and fingers. So we want to make sure that we're just kind of expressing that little bit versus having them closed, okay? So cross hands, okay? Now separate, up and down a little, circle, and then brush knee, swing and push down. Big clearing and push. Yes. Okay, so let's do it with the footwork, okay? Now, I'm going to do it with the footwork, the normal direction for the first time. Then we're going to change direction. Why? Because we're learning over video. So if I ask you to keep practicing the normal direction, you're going to be doing this the whole time trying to look at the screen, okay? So I just want you to see what direction is normal, and then we're going to practice the timing just from a different direction so you can see. All right, so starting here, just so you understand, we start at cross hands at 12 o'clock, and we shift and we turn. The arms don't change. Then as we shift to our left leg, we separate, we start that circle, and the arms end up in the back as you step out. Then we have that big clearing, and then we push. Nice. Okay. So we're going to turn off by just a little bit. I just want you to be able to see, okay? So I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see, your choice where you want to practice, but I just want you to be able to see. Okay, we start at cross hands, we shift to the right, and we turn. We separate the arms, and we do those 2 circles for brush knee as we step less than corner. Then we do a big clearing, and we push. Nice. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's do it again. All right, I'm going to do it the normal direction. So take that extra moment. We're going to hit all the checkpoints. So cross hands, shift, turn. Arms don't change here. Separate as you shift back. Make sure you do that little circle with the right arm. Left arm swings and step out. Now check, left hand is seated, ready for that strike. Right arm is rounded with the fingertips pointing to the forearm. And then halfway, where are you? Left hand to the shoulder, right arm is extended, and then we finish with the left push, and the right hand is by your knee. How is it by your knee? With that lean. All right. How are we feeling? Good? Yes. Practice is key, right? So now, I've given you a review of cross hands, and now we've learned a new movement. So let's go through both together, okay? Remember, when we're doing single movement practice, meaning we're repeating the same movement again and again, it's a lot easier than it is to kind of add movements together, because we learn something new, we can lock it in when we keep repeating it. But now we're going to back up one movement. So we're going to go from push into cross hands and see how we do. All right. Remember, if it kind of messes you up a little bit, it's completely normal. So give yourself grace and just keep that smile coming. So from push, first thing we're going to do, shift a tiny bit of weight, turn from your waist and turn that right palm out. Now chop to the corner as you shift all that weight to the right. Shift left and the fingertips point down, and then cross at the bottom, level out the body and lift the arms up. Cross hands. Embrace tiger, return to the mountain. Shift right. Turn on your left heel. Separate the arms. 2 little half circles as you step. Big clear and then push. Did we do all right? If not, it's normal. Okay? So what does that mean? We're going to do it again, the same thing 2 more times, okay? Just so we can find that connection between the movements. And then we're going to back it up even more. All right? So from push, we're going to go into cross hands. So shift and turn. Chop. Fingertips point down. Cross at the bottom and then lift up. Cross hands. Shift and turn. Separate the arms and look like brush knee. And then clearing for embrace tiger, return to the mountain. All right, one more time. All right, so nice starting position from push. Give yourself a really nice standard bow stance. Shift and turn. Chop out. Shift back. Step in. Cross hands. Shift. Turn. Separate. 2 half circles and step out. Big opening and then push. Okay. By the 3rd round, it's feeling really good now, right? Okay, but we're going to take it back a little bit further. So we're going to start at the last brush knee. We're going to do parry, block, and punch, apparent closing up, cross hands, embrace tiger. So we're just adding on to it that little bit so we can really start to feel the flow. All right, so left leg forward, brush knee and push with the right palm, left hand's by your knee. Okay, left arm comes up. We turn and pour that weight back in. Both arms go down, circle, step, parry to the side, left arm and leg go out together, and then we punch. Separate the arms, both palms go to the sky, left arm's underneath, break that grab. Sit up, both palms, and push. Cross hands, turn, and chop. Arms go down, cross, and then level out. Okay, shift right, turn, separate the arms. 2 circles, step, clear, and push. All right. I know it adds a lot, right? When we go back, it's like a whole moment of, man, I thought I had this, right? Completely normal. There is no easy button with Tai Chi, okay? I want to remind you of that because this is some of the hardest movement besides learning dance routines that I know of personally, because you have to move your upper and lower body at different rates, doing different circles, doing different things entirely, somehow turn your torso and combine all of this into one graceful movement. Okay, it's asking a lot of our brain and our bodies, especially when we're first starting out. So keep that in mind. We're going to do it one more time. All right, give yourself grace. I want this flow from the same thing from brush knee through to be nothing but you relaxing and just letting your body flow. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few checkpoints, like kind of markers that I keep saying, but I just want you to let it go. All right, I want you to enjoy the movement. Traditional yang style has a lot of detail to it. Sometimes we need a reminder to find the lightness in the upper body and just relax. All right, so brush knee and push, parry, block, and punch. Lift up and turn. Parry down, step, parry to the side, hold back, and punch. Palms to the sky, breaking that grab. Sit up the palms and push. Turn and then chop. weight pouring into it. Come back to center, cross hands. Shift, turn, arms don't change. Separate, circling, and step. Big clearing, and then push. Now, did you notice I was moving a little bit faster? Why? Because sometimes moving a little bit quicker allows you to let go a little bit more, okay? So the traditional long form, if we're practicing the whole thing, takes between 20 to 25 minutes. I always try to stretch to 25, but some days it feels really, really slow, to be honest. But I always try to keep in mind that they used to do it in 45 minutes. So nearly double what we do now. It's so hard to kind of conceptualize moving that slowly, okay? But we're in modern times. Things are moving really fast all the time. So sometimes moving too slowly almost allows our brain too much time to think, right? So then if we're moving just a little bit faster, we can relax a little bit more, all right? So that being said, we're gonna do the same thing, final time for this session, and we're just gonna flow through it and just relax one more time, all right? So now you know where we're going with it, just enjoy. All right, from brush knee, deflect down, parry, block, and punch. Come up and turn. Parry down, step, parry to the side, hold back, and punch. Both palms to the sky, breaking that grab. Sit up both palms and push. Okay, turn and then chop. Weight pours into it. Fingertips point down and we step in. Cross hands. Shift and turn. Embrace tiger. Separate, make those circles. Enjoy the flow as you step, clear, and push. All right. Great work. It should be feeling so much better now, right? Remember, the goal is to walk away with a smile. So give yourself grace and just enjoy the movement, all right? Thank you so much for joining me. It's always such a pleasure having you here.